Woody, Zeke, and Stroud. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Purdue Boilermakers taking on the 18th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The Buckeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. The returner will field it and bring it back. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. So Purdue's return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Got room at the 35. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get this guy running the football and keep this defense on their heels.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on second down. The give to the tailback. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to...
And they got him. They'll get him down for the sack. The Boilermakers will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Slips through the line. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. The Buckeyes offense has the ball for the first time. As dynamic as this guy is on the outside, Jesse, you know he's going to be peeking that way from the free safety position.
Yeah, he's been watching the film. This dude in the middle, man, he can light people up. So you can't tiptoe. You got to be aggressive and run in there. But this is a pretty interesting matchup today.
And I love safeties that make receivers think. Make them know they're going to be there over the middle of the field, and you better think twice about catching that football.
He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. This is a 3rd and long. Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback checking off. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They're going back to the ground. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small games...
Afterburners coming. Almost took it all the way there, but it's a huge gain, and they're set up with a 1st and goal. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. They'll try to get it in with the run. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. They've moved it right to the precipice of a score, and they need one more yard. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. And this defense has a chance to make a big stop on 4th and goal from the 4. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. To the air, it's Card. Working the middle, it's complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll start this one from the 29 on 1st down. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. It's complete. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a 1st down. A new set of downs after the completion. To the ground with the back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Looking for room. It's McCovey.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Looking to throw on 3rd. Pressure coming. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
Yeah, a nice play by the defense. 3rd and short. We're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on 4th down so much easier. Just trot him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. We'll see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Wide open downfield. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The receiver on the jet sweep. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. To the air, it's Howard. He'll take the deep shot. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. The throw. Catch in the middle. It's Ibuka. Such a big part to convert these 3rd downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Buckeyes are on the move. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on 1st down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped ends of the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Quarterback checking the play. Trying to find his man on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. It's caught downfield. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Wide receiver shows motion. Back to pass, it's Howard. Unloads it left. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. And it just turns out to be a missed opportunity. You get the ball in the red zone, and you turn it over.
Momentum, it plays a big role for teams and especially for offenses. And when you have chances like that, when you're down in this area of the field, you've got to be able to come away with points. Even if it's not going to be a touchdown, you are not leaving this area of the field without putting at least 3 up on the board. Missed opportunity for the other.
The give on the inside. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's McCoby. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his tight end. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down, and now they have to make a call. And the Boilermakers will punt this one away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Fields the punt and looking for daylight. He gets a block. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a 1st down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. The Buckeyes have taken it inside the 20. Looking to pass inside the red zone. He wants it all. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. Feeling some heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
To throw, it's Carr. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's fourth down. The Boilermakers decide to punt it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen.
All kinds of running room. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. That big play has them in business. 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Relying on that running game as they threaten to pick up a 4 down to the 13. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Here's the handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, you're in the red zone. You bring out a bunch of tight ends on the field. So the defense, they were expecting a run on that one. They were physical, and they were able to force the negative play.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Let's it fly. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
And coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
And they'll haul down the returner to start us on the next drive. 1st down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down. Dropping back, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And the returner will be brought down. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Back and forth we go on these last couple of drives, David. Everybody moving the ball.
Man, these offenses are in a rhythm. Everything they're doing right now is working. A lot of scoring. This puts a lot more pressure on your offense, Palmer, when you walk on the field.
And at this point, too, David, which defense can break serve, right? Who can get a stop? That's what it feels like is going to be the determining factor in this game.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And that one's incomplete. We're taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
And obviously, this is one of the best offenses in the country, and it's because they get first downs. Top 10 in the nation picking up first downs. How nice is it to know you can turn around, hand it off to that guy right there, and let him go to work.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Going up top on first down. Throws for the tight end. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. To the air, it's Howard. Throws to the wideout. Complete downfield. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. Fielded in the end zone, it's Branch. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David. Maybe he lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. Touchdown, Purdue! And once he got away from the knee, they had no shot at catching him. That was a lightning-fast drive that ends with a touchdown.
If you can string a few more drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Out comes the offense as they get set to take over. To the air on first down. Fires to the right. It's caught. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, this defense is being challenged, and the secondary in particular. And I know a DB made the tackle there, but we're only in the second quarter, and already this quarterback has over 200 yards passing.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. He's looking to throw it. Trying to beat the D deep. Makes the catch and a huge play on the left side.
Well, it didn't take long for this guy to leave his impact in the game, guys. With that catch, this guy's already over 100 yards in the game, and we're not even done the first half.
Back to throw, it's Howard. A shot toward the end zone. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Defense doing a great job watching the quarterback's eyes and breaking on the ball. They already have 2 picks in the game, and they swat that one away. They are doing an awesome job in coverage.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. On the move, he fires. Connection to the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw. Into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll need some urgency to get something on the board before halftime. 11 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and 10. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. They go to the ground. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? Toughest job inside that stadium right now might just be the scoreboard operator after all those first downs and touchdowns. Big plays have defined this one, thanks to two of the best receiving corps in all of college football. Let's see if these defenses can adjust and make the necessary chess moves. Time to put an end to the speculation and find out. They're inside the horseshoe.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Boilermakers will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
On third down, going up top. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. And the Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. They'll try the run. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. They cross midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. Caught behind the line. It's McCoby. And the defense coming with bad intentions. They knock him down for a loss. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds a soft spot in the middle. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. The Boilermakers moving quickly to the line. Dropping back, it's Card. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. My goodness, you need those field goals, guys, to cut into that deficit. We're still at 11. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Give to the back. The Buckeyes will keep this drive going. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. They're going to ride this running back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. On second down, wants to throw it. Grabbed behind the line, it's Scott. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Now facing a 3rd and long from the 50-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. First down here for the offense. Give to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Now on second down. Looking to throw, it's Carr. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He makes the catch. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. And the Boilermakers want to move quickly.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. This offense has a second down play. Keeps it and gets the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Boilermakers will snap it on 1st and 10. Trying to run, it's Love. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Got some work to do after that last play. 2nd and 13. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Touchdown, Boilermakers! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He's going to bring it out from deep. He's not even going to make it to the 20, much less the 25. He'll mark it out of bounds at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They still have the lead here, Jesse, but this would be a good time to put together a drive.
You're right, Reese. You can't rest easy right now. You just watch the opponent drive down the field and score a touchdown of their own, so you've got to answer that here. Your playmakers better step up.
And I don't know what it is about momentum. In all the locker rooms, in all the years, coaching, everything, you can't quantify it, you can't measure it. And the momentum has swung to the other side. You got to get it back.
Caught near the sticks. It's Ibuka. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. They have a first down at the 41-yard line. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Second down coming up. Looking to throw, it's Howard. Time to take a shot. He almost had the pick, and that could have given them a boost. Instead, it'll be third down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
He's got an open man. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to a 27.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
Comes out throwing on first down. Deep shot for the end zone. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Ohio State. He has been surgical. Precision passes. Using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just He's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Finds his man. It's McCoby. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and makings of a classic fourth-quarter finish. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking downfield, it's Card. Immediately fires to the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And now on second down for this offense. They're going to throw it again. He'll pull it down. Short gain on the play before he slides.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now, Missouri.
He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. The Boilermakers look to keep this drive humming. They'll throw it on first down. They're trying to get to it. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On second down, he'll fire. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. Gonna let it fly. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Purdue! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Well, if the momentum hadn't shifted before, it certainly has now.
It has, and now you got some game pressure, right? That's beautiful. Now the defense comes out, get you a stop, get aggressive, but the offense a little bit of pressure now because they know if the ball goes back to the other side, they could lose this ball game.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On the run, it's Judkins. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And sometimes for the defense, it just takes one play, right, to create some momentum. Obviously, this guy's been eating him up. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the day. But finally, David, they get something positive here in the...
Gonna take a shot. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's caught it.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Still running at the 40. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. Quick pass on the fly motion. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. A 3rd and long coming up here. Wide out in motion. Back to throw, it's Howard. Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. And the Buckeyes getting set on 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Here's an interception. Oh, did they need that turnover? Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
Coming after it. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get... avoid the sack. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Certain moments in the game you know are just a little bit bigger. Here's one of them. Big play coming on 3rd and long. Pocket starts to collapse. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Okay, Jesse, this is a little bit of a tight spot. You'd love to be aggressive enough to get the 1st down, but you've got to take care of the ball first.
No doubt. I was going to say, ball security is at a premium. You cannot turn the football over at this point. The defense has 3 timeouts left, Dave, and so probably conservative play calling here. You're expecting them to try to run to ice this game.
Conservative, I know they're going to be aggressive, but I also know that 1 1st down ends this football game.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. This 3rd down play might be the last chance for this defense to stay in the game. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Inside the 25. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And once he got loose, it was all over. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
Looking to pass. It's Card. They're bringing heat. Trying to make magic with his feet. And the Boilermakers get enough for the 1st down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Quick strike complete. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Trying play action. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Boilermakers! And the comeback is on.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive, Reese. Productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting first down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage, you're probably getting blitzed, it's going to be into a small window. It is not easy to execute in this situation of the game.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.